Hi, I'm Mary, this is Maureen, Michelle and Barb, and we're the Mosses, the Mothers for a Sustainable South Australia. You might have come across us before when we and many others discussed our concerns about the international waste dump that was proposed for South Australia a few years back. Luckily that issue seems to be resolved, but we're back in our nervousness with our usual self-made props to discuss a different proposal. This is the proposal about how Australia manages its own nuclear waste. The proposal that's currently before the government is that a farm at Kimba on the Eyre Peninsula will become the waste dump for all of Australia's nuclear waste. We know you're all busy and it's a terrible time at present, but we thought we might just sort of get together, raise a few questions and perhaps look at a different way forward. So, start with, what's this waste? Unlike the earlier idea, this is not, as I said, international waste, it's all our own waste. And it comes from the Lucas Heights nuclear reactor facility in New South Wales and from, more commonly, hospitals around Australia. In terms of radioactivity, there's two sorts. The less than 10% is low-level waste. So the short-term waste poses no long-term hazards. It needs to be stored for a short amount of time and then it's safe. The real problem's the rest, that's called the intermediate level nuclear waste. It needs to be safely stored for 10,000 years. And currently it's stored at that Lucas Heights facility where the experts tell us there's plenty of storage space for at least the next 40 years and there's no pressure to shift it. So Maureen, can you tell us what's happened so far?
So, after calling for people to nominate their farm sites, the federal government has actually chosen a self-nominated one in Kimba farmland, as the site to store both types of waste. So, Kimba has a small local government area, and people were asked to vote on this issue. 62% voted yes, which is actually only a small majority. And that was with the promise that they would earn $30 million for the community. Thank you, Mary. So, job creation. How many jobs will come out of this proposal? Well, the figures have varied from 6 to 46. So who on earth can tell us what's the real figure? Who knows? Job creation is actually often exaggerated so that it will win support. Most South Australians have not been able to have a say about what's happening around this issue yet. What about the local Bungala community? They are actually actively opposed to it and they were not actually included in the Kimba ballot either. And they've taken it to court and so far have been unsuccessful. So Michelle, how on earth would this Kimba proposal work?
Well, the waste needs to be transported across Australia to the Kimba farm by truck and by sea. It'll go into temporary storage for up to 100 years above ground. The highly radioactive intermediate waste will have to be moved to a permanent site later, where it'll have to be stored for 10,000 years. That's 300 generations. So it's going to be transported across Australia, I hope you can see that, and double-handled through the temporary 100-year site, then onto long-term storage. We don't know where or how or when. Despite spending $50 million over 40 years, we still don't have a long-term storage solution. So why move it twice? This Kimba proposal literally kicks the can down the road for future generations. So Barb, what really needs to happen?
Well, I think we all agree this is our waste and we need to manage it in the long run. But we need to manage it safely. We have to manage it without damaging our farms and our farming communities or trampling, most importantly, on the voice of traditional owners. The Kimba proposal is currently in our federal parliament. But we in South Australia have passed a law which makes the transport, storage and disposal of nuclear waste in our state illegal. And yet the federal government plans to override that law and trample on our voice, the voice of South Australian citizens. We think there's a better way, and it will be a long-term solution. That is to take the whole question of nuclear waste out of the political cycle. We need an independent national nuclear waste commission, one that can find the long-term safe solution that's respectful of traditional owners, respectful of farmers, protects our clean green reputation, and doesn't mean, as Michelle said, double handling of our waste, doesn't mean kicking the problem down the road. What can we do? Well, we're asking you to join with us. Please write to the Premier, please write to our MPs and our senators. Tell them what you're thinking, raise the issues that we're suggesting need to be addressed. And share this video, so painful to make, so that other South Australians can understand what's going on. It's complex, it's important, and it will affect not only our future, but the future of many generations to come. So thanks for watching. Thank you.
Oh, can that please be the last time we do that?
Is the video on?
I think it is, yeah.